My name is Ezra Mngoma. I'm half Zulu, half Sotho. I grew up in a rural village. I was just lucky to be born in KwaZulu-Natal, but my mom has a long lineage of ancestors from Lesotho or Kwakwa. My mom was a teacher at the time, so she had the luxury to take us into town, and that's where things started shifting for me. I went into a good school, I met good teachers, and I was exposed to a lot of other things. One of the challenges that I faced as a young adult is I was forced to become an adult at a really young age, to be independent, so to say, because my mom is a single parent. She does enough just to make sure that we have food on the table and we have uniforms to go to school. But anything outside of that, you have to go there yourself. That moment was life-defining for me because I started not relying on her so much. Those challenges, they actually propelled me to having this independence mentality. Immediately when I matriculated, I was independent. I went to Durban University of Technology. That's when actually life started hitting me hard, just because now I was struggling with my studies. I had to reevaluate myself and actually understand who I am as a person, and I discovered that you are actually an artist. You are somebody who is actually able to visualize things with their mind and actually achieve them over time if you do put in the work and the consistency.
My name is Aleya Ramparsad Banwari. I am an alumni of the UCTD school, and I am a social entrepreneur for a company called Grab-A-Grad. I was born in Newcastle in KwaZulu-Natal, and my family and I moved here at the end of 2006. My mom works for the Department of Justice, and I've lived in Cape Town ever since. I went to Forey's Preparatory School and then Cedar House, and then I've been at UCT ever since. Because of my social entrepreneurship, I have won a few awards, which I'm very grateful for. It was a huge accomplishment, and I felt so proud of myself being recognized as the News 24 100 Young Mandelas of the Future. Because as a child, I was like, I want to be that person. I want to be able to help other South Africans. And to receive that award in my mid-20s was a huge deal. My family went through a bit of a tough financial time during my undergrad, and I was very fortunate enough to have received the Mellon Mays undergraduate fellowship. And something that I wrote in my entry essay is a quote from my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. He was born on a sugarcane field in the barracks. A lot has happened in the last 3 generations. The fact that he sent his girl children to school was a massive thing. So I really believe the one thing that no one can take away from you is your education. And if you have the ability to hold the door open for the people who come after you, you should. My name is Puleng Motumi. I am currently a postgraduate student at the University of Cape Town in management. I am from the Basotho culture. I grew up in Welkom. I like to argue with people that it's not a small town. It's a small city. There aren't as many opportunities as they are here in Cape Town. I don't think you grow as an individual when you're in Welkom because you don't get exposed to so much in comparison to Cape Town. I went to a very prominent school in Welkom, but it was a very white predominant school. It had an influence in how confident I became, because in as much as there were racial tensions with teachers, I also found the platform in that environment to speak up. It enabled me to speak up. Having to come from a small town to a big city, I experienced so many cultural shocks, first and foremost, but then also I feel like it had a positive impact, not only in my career, but it also had a positive impact on me as an individual. I was very fortunate to be part of the first cohort that did the Foundation in Design Thinking program at the New D School campus.
It's amazing. The most amazing 9 weeks of my life during a really challenging time, of which was last year.
I utilized what we learned there in my everyday life. I utilized that in my personal relationships, in my career, and also in my academics.
There will be times whereby you have to do a lot of work, but then the fact that it's creative and it's fun, and it makes it a bit easy.
It teaches you a lot about yourself and the way you approach problem solving.
It will change your life. It will change your perspective. It will change the way you think as well.
If you have more tools in your toolkit to approach difficult or wicked problems, you should do it.